Good evening, Wakefield. I call this meeting to order of Monday, October 22nd, and I ask everyone to rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I am joined in the studio by Councillor Chines, Councillor Fox, Councillor Constance, and I think on Zoom we have Councillor Carney.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, hi, John. We can't see you, but that's good to know you're there. Okay, and then let's do a roll call vote to open up our public hearing. Motion to open up a public hearing.
So moved, Madam Chair.
Second, great. And roll call vote. Councillor Carney.
Yay.
Councillor Fox.
Yes.
Councillor Constance. Yes. Councillor Shines.
Yes.
And myself. Thank you. And we are joined by Victor. Hi, Victor.
Good evening, friends. Here we are again. Another year has passed, and upon us, we are charged with trying to figure out what tax rates are going to look like going forward for fiscal year 2026. We're here tonight to talk about tax classification and where am I? Oh, okay, behind me. This will be convenient. Oh, okay. There we go. Page 1, I like to try to find a home in our community representative of the average single-family value. This is the best one we have, and our average single-family value is anticipated to be $825,700. Now, tonight, when we talk about classification, there are 4 specific votes that need to occur. First is a selection of a minimum residential factor. I'm going to ask you to adopt an obscure six-digit number that ultimately will yield a tax rate for both residential and commercial. And as I say later on, those can change by about a penny through the approval process with the State Department of Revenue. But it's a minimum residential factor, a discount for open space. It's legal language. We have no property that meets the state statute defined as open space. The granting of a residential exemption, I'll talk about that in a little bit, as well as the granting of a small commercial exemption. So again, these are the 4 votes that need to happen. The minimum residential factor. A factor of 1 would yield a single tax rate. Now we get that dividing the tax levy, which is a little over $103 million this year, divided by a total town valuation of almost $8.1 billion, and we come out with 1281 as a single tax rate. Under the laws of the Commonwealth, Chapter 200 allows us to play and shift some of the tax burden, all the tax burden, majority of the tax burden onto commercial property owners. Historically, Wakefield has always chosen the maximum shift factor, which affords residential taxpayers the lowest possible share of the tax burden. Over here, this slide shows us what tax rate would look like at different intervals. Basically, we can go from a no shift, which is 1, which yields that single tax rate. But if you look up here where I have a residential tax rate, it's slightly higher than the commercial tax rate because of our senior tax exemption. As we're all aware, and hopefully we will be renewing at town meeting, the cost is shared throughout the residential tax base, which is why if we use a factor of 1, our residential rate is a little bit higher than the commercial rate. Speaking of the Wakefield senior discount, we had 243 applications this year. 227 were approved. The ones that weren't approved, typically people might own property elsewhere, which would disqualify them, or ownership of their house may not be what they think it is. It may be in a trust where they don't meet the legal means of ownership. But the maximum amount was $2,730, and the total tax amount will be shifting within the tax rate is just a little over $478,000. The exemption adds 7 cents to the residential rate, and it translates into an increase of about $60 for the year on the average single-family tax bill, again, to help seniors continue to remain independent and age in place. Folks that receive the maximum discount will see an approximate 30% reduction in their real estate taxes through this program. Obviously, that changes with the value of the house, but that's based on the average home value, roughly what seniors would save if they got the max. And I'd be remiss if I didn't thank the folks, the Council on Aging and Karen Burke at the Senior Center for always assisting us with getting the word out, having me over there to talk to seniors and do things, keeping them informed. That's what we like to do. And we have great partners in this, including members of the council that refer folks to us. So thank you. Average single-family value is $825,700. And as you can see, that's a similar chart that I showed earlier with the intervals 1, 125, 1.5, and 175. But it shows you the effect on taxes. With no tax shift, taxes, the average tax bill will be over $10,600. With the tax shift, as we always have done, the estimated tax bill comes down to around $9,700, or saves the average single-family taxpayer over $900 by shifting. The average commercial value is slightly over $1.6 million, but I like to focus on the median commercial value. The median commercial value is more reflective of those small businesses that we frequent in the town. Your little shops, your restaurants, things of that nature. Or if they're in a building with other businesses, it probably represents their share of value in the taxes they pay through their leases. So this shows us what the shift does to their taxes. And same thing with the commercial properties. At the maximum allowable shift with a selected minimum residential factor, this is the number you would be adopting, 0.911909. And that would yield an estimated residential tax rate of 1175 and a CIP, commercial industrial personal rate, of 2242. This is info last year, fiscal 25, compared to what we anticipate fiscal 26. See, the average value went up to 825.7 or 5.5%. The residential tax rate did increase. Typically, when you raise values, tax rates do tend to go down a little bit, but this year we'll be seeing the impact of the debt exclusion on the high school. And I'll talk about that more in a minute. And you see the average residential tax bill and also the commercial value distribution and tax distribution right there. Debt exclusion note. Fiscal 26 is the 12th year of the debt exclusion for the Galvin Middle School, which this year added just under $2.4 million to our debt. Fiscal 26 is the first real year that we're adding debt from Wakefield Memorial High School. That amount is just under $5.2 million combined. It represents approximately $7.5 million we're adding to the tax levy to cover our existing and authorized debt. The debt exclusion adds 85 cents to the residential tax rate and $1.63 to the commercial rate. Costs the average single-family home expected to be right around $700, and the average cost of commercial property is over $2,600. Tax rate note. Folks don't realize what my period of assessing is. So the tax bills you will see at the end of December, right, Liz? Yes, that's what we're going for. We use values that were derived by researching sales from calendar year 2024. So when you see that assessment on your fresh new tax bill at the end of the year, it's already built with sales that are 1 to 2 years old. Assessors are more historians. I really don't care about the live market until the following year when I have to analyze it. It becomes historical because those are the factors we're looking at. We're trying to pick up on trends, analysis, time trending, things of that nature to make sure we produce assessments that are fair and equitable to everyone in the community. But our sales activity stayed relatively the same. Days on market went down, and the average sale price went up a little over 7% there. Open space discount, as I said earlier, it's a legal definition by the state. And we have no such land that we've determined meets that definition. So the course here would be to, vote not to adopt an open space discount. Residential exemption. Okay, a residential exemption is something taken off the assessment, usually value-driven, for people that own and occupy in a community. Well, most of the communities that do it, Boston, Cambridge, Chelsea, Brookline. I grew up in Boston and lived in Chelsea. The reason it works in those communities is, much like our senior tax relief, there is only a shift within the residential class of properties. Now, if you're just shifting it within the residential class, who's going to pay that extra money? Well, in those inner city communities, a lot of the multifamily homes are investor owned. So those are the folks that actually fund a residential exemption in the more metropolitan communities that we have. In a community like Wakefield, we're pretty much a bedroom community, single families for the most part, and mostly all owner occupied. What that would do here is shift the burden to the higher value properties that would fund the exemption. Basically, class warfare. And I have never seen a residential exemption adopted in a community that is largely residential like this, because, again, it just doesn't work. Small commercial exemption. This is a bit to follow. 10% of the property valuation for commercial properties only, not industrial. Eligible businesses cannot have more than 10 employees as certified by the Department of Employment and Training. Well, they send me a list every day with all these businesses that report and, employee counts and addresses and things. The building value cannot exceed $1 million. One business in a building could not qualify unless every other business qualified. The exemption goes to the building owner, not necessarily the business owner, because they're not always the same. And we're unaware of any businesses meeting these strict requirements. To go through it, even if you could find one or two, I tend to favor tax relief that's broad-based, that people can actually qualify for, and which is why we created the senior tax relief. Instead of only having 25 people who get a senior state exemption, this opened it up to more than 220 people each and every year being able to qualify for a form of tax relief in our community. With the small commercial exemption, we've never adopted it. It's only adopted by a handful of communities across the Commonwealth. And this is what everybody looked like in fiscal 25. If you want to compare our communities to our peers, their average single-family tax bills, things of that nature, what their rates were. And you can study this on your own if you care to. Average single-family tax bill from 2007 to present. Same thing with commercial. Maybe I should make that from 2007 to present too, at least be consistent. And tax shift. This tells you what is the maximum allowable shift in these communities and what did they do. So Wakefield, we can go to 175, we go to 175. Linfield, I don't want to get too technical, their max is 157, they went to 157. Reading, 1.5, they're at 1.09. Don't ask. Saugus, 175, 175. Stoneham, 175, 175. Melrose, 175, they only go to 172. And that concludes my presentation. Happy to answer any questions that anyone has.
Thank you so much, Victor. Every year you do a great presentation. Any questions from my colleagues?
Do you want to ask if John has any questions?
Yeah, John, I can't see you. Do you have any questions, Councillor Carney?
No, I don't. Thank you, Jack.
Okay. Councillor Chines?
I just, not really a question, but kind of a couple observations, because I think, every year I sort of get this question of, with Proposition 2.5, why does my tax bill go up? In this case, 9.3%. And I just want to highlight, I think, the two factors that are really important to that. And one, Victor, as you mentioned, is the impact of the high school debt override. My back of the envelope calculation is that's about 4 percentage points on the 9.3 percentage point increase or so. So, that's a pretty big chunk of it. The other thing, and I think the more impactful thing that we see every year, is that the Proposition 2.5 requirements are spread across the entire tax base, commercial and residential pooled together. And we've been in this situation really going back 20 years where residential values are increasing precipitously, commercial values are flat, if not declining. And so what that means is that when you solve for that 2.5%, so much of the burden falls on the residential side, which is why we've adopted the 1.75 shift. I think it's a continuing issue. I hope that the state at some point will consider maybe decoupling how that calculation works. But, in the meantime, this is why we end up where we are. And I think it's important for, folks in the community to understand. That's why the 2.5% number that comes from Prop 2.5 isn't as relevant to the final tax bill as I think we all would hope.
Yeah, it was kind of a fallacy when passed. Oh, my bills can't only go up 2.5%. Well, that's a restriction on the total tax levy, not individual tax bills, because individual classes of property move at different rates, value-wise. So, yeah, well said, Jonathan.
Thank you. But thank you again. Great work as always, and I appreciate all the time and effort that goes into it. I know this is an involved process, so thank you for all your work.
Thank you.
Sherry, is there any member of the public? This is a public hearing. Anyone that wants to comment?
No, nobody.
Okay, and nobody here who wants to comment? So with that, can I have 4 motions?
Yes, Madam Chair. Move to set the residential factor. Find my
Cheat sheet. Yeah.
Move to set the residential factor at 0.911909 for fiscal year 2026.
Second.
Great. Any further discussion? Roll call vote. Counselor Carney?
Yay.
Counselor Fox?
Yes.
Counselor Constance?
Yes.
Counselor Chines?
Yes.
And myself, yes.
Madam Chair, move to not adopt the open space discount for fiscal year 2026.
Second.
Any further discussion? Counselor Carney?
Yay.
Counselor Fox?
Yes.
Counselor Constance?
Yes.
Counselor Chines?
Yes.
And myself, yes.
Move to not adopt the residential exemption for fiscal year 2026.
Second.
Second.
Great, thank you. Further discussion? Counselor Carney?
Yay.
Counselor Fox?
Yes.
Counselor Constance?
Yes.
Counselor Chines?
Yes.
And myself, yes.
And finally, move to not adopt the small commercial exemption for fiscal year 2026.
Second.
Further discussion?
Just one sort of note on this. This actually came up in my last fiscal policy committee meeting at the MMA, and there was no community represented in that meeting that has any property that qualifies for this. I think the $1 million value limit is pretty much useless for most communities at this point.
30 years ago when I started doing this, $1 million. Now it's, they should raise these things if they want to make them meaningful and impactful. But that's a job beyond us.
Counselor Carney?
Yay.
Counselor Fox?
Yes.
Counselor Constance?
Yes.
Counselor Chines?
Yes.
And myself, yes.
Madam Chair, move to close the tax classification hearing.
Second.
Counselor Carney?
Yay.
Counselor Fox?
Yes.
Counselor Constance?
Yes.
Counselor Chines?
Yes.
And myself, yes. Thank you, Victor.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you
Have
so
a good
much.
evening, everyone.
And just want to acknowledge that I know, thank you and your team and your board, but also as you recognize Liz, like we know it's a whole team effort. So we thank everyone for their help on this.
One team, Team Wakefield.
Yeah.
That's right.
See? Appreciate that. Okay, we have 5 minutes till our next public hearing. So why don't we,
Do we want to go back to item 4, see if there's any public engagement?
oh, I skipped that. Is there anyone public in participation on the call, Sherry?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't think there was. Why don't we do approval of minutes and donation right now?
Sure. Do you want to start with donations?
Yeah.
All right. Madam Chair, move to correct the amount voted on for donations at our October 6th, 2025 meeting to $782.83 for the BB Library.
Second.
Great. Thank you. Counselor Carney?
Yay.
Counselor Fox?
Yes.
Counselor Constance?
Yes.
Counselor Chines?
Yes.
And myself, yes.
All right. And move to approve the Town Council meeting minutes from October 6th, 2025.
Second.
Counselor Carney?
Yay.
Counselor Fox?
Yes.
Counselor Constance?
I did not attend.
Yep, so abstain. Counselor Chines?
Yes.
And myself, yes.
Do you want to do the MWA bond?
No, I think that's going to take a little longer.
Question?
Yes.
For the donation, in my mind, I swear you said BB Library. I don't know why I'm convincing myself that it was Council on Aging, right?
Oh, I apologize. Yes.
Okay.
It was Council on Aging. Sorry, I'm used to BB Library.
I know. I'm looking down the list. I'm like, I
Thank
thought
you.
we had a
You say?
correction.
I was reading along and my brain said Council of Aging.
So, Madam Clerk, if we could make sure that reflects Council on Aging.
Yes.
Excellent, thank you.
That's
Apologies,
so
thank
funny.
you.
I
We want that
heard.
to happen still, but yeah. If the BB gets more money, I mean, please do it.
Well, we accepted a much larger donation to the
Yes.
BB last time, so we don't want to reduce that to 782.
Why don't we've got like 2 minutes. Why don't we do item 6C, the Scholarship Foundation citation? Stacy, can I go to you for that?
The Wakefield Scholarship Foundation is celebrating its 65th anniversary of being in existence. I was privileged to be on their board for 5 years before I started with this opportunity. And it is one of the, we have many gems in Wakefield, but this is one of them. It's a completely volunteer-run organization that is just derived from donations, and the purpose is to give assistance for post-secondary education for Wakefield residents, Wakefield students, because METCO is included, or kids who go to other high schools but who live in Wakefield. And the organization has, to date, in its 65-year history, helped 17,000 students, and they've given away I'm going to say $17 million. Maybe 13,000 students, but they've donated $17 million, and over the years, and it's just an astonishing organization when you really drill down and look at it. All the scholarships are need-based. There's a handful of merit-based scholarships that they assess. Everything's judged on a blind basis according to a formula. It is a transparent, fair, wonderful organization, which is celebrating their 65th anniversary. So they're having a dinner and a celebration on Thursday, and they have requested that the town provide a citation in celebration and acknowledgement of their achievements, which we have prepared, and which Denise Casey, as our new town administrator, has signed. So I wanted to move that the council, I think we've all had the chance to have a look at it, the council affirm and adopt this citation. I'm planning to attend the celebration on Thursday. I think Ms. Casey is as well. So we'll present it on behalf of the town, and hope that they have another 65 years of the spectacular success that they've enjoyed so far.
I'll second the motion.
Sounds great. Thank you so much. It's
Sure.
always one of my favorite parts of a meeting when the board and the students come in front of us, which is usually, I think, in the spring.
It's the spring after they get through their awards cycle.
And hear the stories of everyone receiving the scholarship. So it's a great day. So happy to do that. Let's do a roll call vote. Councillor Carney.
Yay.
Councillor Fox.
Yes.
Councillor Constance. Councillor Chines.
Yes.
And myself.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Okay, going back, opening up the public hearing, item 5B.
Madam Chair, move to open the public hearing for liquor license for Bow's Kitchen.
Second.
Great. And a roll call vote. Councillor Carney.
Yay.
Councillor Fox. Councillor Constance.
Yes.
Councillor Chines.
Yes.
And myself, yes. Come on up.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for having us. For the record, Attorney Brian McGrail with offices at 607 North Avenue in Wakefield. Here on behalf of Bow's Kitchen, LLC. With me tonight is Yan Yang Liu, who is the sole member and a manager of Bow's Kitchen, LLC. Bow's Kitchen, LLC has entered into a purchase agreement with a restaurant known as Say Bar in town at 109 Water Street, which is owned by JWR Family Company. Your council handles these requests as a new license, where the ABCC looks at it as a transfer, because this is an existing license. It's not a new business that's going to be opened. It's classified as a transfer under the ABCC regulations. And what's been applied for tonight is actually three applications: a common victual license, alcohol license, all alcohol license, and an entertainment license for 4 devices, which are 4 television sets, which are located currently at the restaurant. Seba has historically operated as a successful restaurant in town at 109 Water Street, serving traditional Asian food. Yan Ying intends to continue that success, but expand the menu a little bit. It's been very successful. It draws customers from all over the area, from surrounding communities as far as Cambridge, regularly on the weekends. Yan Ying is very excited about carrying on that tradition and expanding it. Yan Ying is a very successful business person. She owns daycare centers, and she has experience in restaurants. She wants to get into the restaurant industry. She worked at Jean and Kitchen in Newton for a number of years, for about 5 years. That's on her application. She has a Safe Serve certification, and she knows, and we've gone over all of your rules and regulations as it pertains to alcohol license in the town of Wakefield. So she recognizes that all of her servers will need to be Safe Serve or TIPS certified. The current hours of operation under the alcohol license at this location, Sunday noon to midnight, and Monday through Thursday 11 to 11 p.m., Friday through Saturday 11 a.m. to 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. Those hours are fine and acceptable. Again, not really looking to change anything as far as the operation goes. She's very excited to become part of the Wakefield business community. So excited, she calls me every day, but that's okay. We've worked on this together, but she's extremely excited to get to town and to get moving and operating at the restaurant. Happy to answer any questions that the council might have.
Thank you. Any questions from my colleagues? I think you answered all the questions, so welcome to town. And when we give the liquor licenses, we just want to make sure that everyone is certified, that you understand. It sounds like Brian has explained that all to you, and you will be prepared for it. We're always happy to have new people in town who want to open up businesses here. So with that, I think we have if there's any other questions, Councillor Carney?
None?
Madam Chair, move to approve the liquor license.
Hold on. Is there anyone for public comment?
No.
Okay. And then I don't think anyone in here wants to speak on public comment? No. Okay, great. Sorry. Go ahead, Jonathan.
No, thank you. Madam Chair, move to approve the liquor license for Bao's Kitchen at 109 Water Street.
Second?
Seconded. Great. Roll call vote. We'll go Councillor Carney,
Yay.
Councillor Fox,
Yes.
Councillor Constance,
Yes.
Councillor Chines,
Yes.
and myself, yes.
And then, Madam Chair, through you, a question to Mr. Mullen. Do we need to close the public hearing for the liquor license before we vote on the common vic and entertainment licenses?
I don't think we've ever done that before. I'd prefer to just go through all three of them.
Excellent. All right. In that case, Madam Chair, move to approve a common victualler license and entertainment license for Bao's Kitchen at 109 Water Street.
Second?
Seconded. Great. Thank you, Councillor Carney.
Yay.
Councillor Fox,
Yes.
Councillor Constance,
Yes.
Councillor Chines,
Yes.
and myself, yes.
All right. And Madam Chair, move to close the public hearing.
Second?
Great. Councillor Carney,
Yay.
Councillor Fox,
Yes.
Councillor Constance,
Yes.
Councillor Chines,
Yes.
and myself, yes. Thank you. Welcome to Wakefield.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I think
What's the
Yeah.
plan?
my plan. Actually, we are is opening right now, and Gigi is still running the restaurant, and I help her the seller, in the restaurant. And I sincerely want to invite everybody to my restaurant, try my food. I bring more food, and I hired a very good chef, and he used to got 3 times Boston Global, and I hope I can contribute with this town, this community by opening this restaurant. Thank you so much,
Excellent.
everyone.
Thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you.
I can testify to the food. She brings it to my office every Friday.
And,
So-
and And Brian, this is like, we're so excited to have you in town, but I hope, Dee, this is also an opportunity to introduce new people in our town to Erin, as we have an economic
Yes.
development manager. So I hope you get to meet Erin and think about future collaborations with our town. So
Good point.
She should be your contact going forward once we've approved everything. So
Thanks
if
for-
we can make sure that introduction happens, that would be great.
Thanks for mentioning that. I will do
We have
that.
a very active Chamber of Commerce as well.
Yes.
So that's an organization you have to join. It's very modest to join it, but that network of local businesses is very supportive of each other. So you might want to look at that as well. And I'm sure Brian has the contact information. If he doesn't, I'll be happy to provide that for you.
Yep.
I love this town.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm looking for the space for open a restaurant. 3 years ago, I started looking for the space, and until I found this town, I said, "Oh, I like it here. I love this town." So that's why, yeah.
Love to
I
hear
this
that.
town. Yeah.
Love to hear
Well,
that.
we love that.
People
So
are supportive.
we will, has the new chef started or not yet?
Yeah, he started.
He started,
already,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you will see all of us in there sometime soon. So we will come in.
Thank you so much.
Welcome, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Okay, moving on, item 6A.
We have Ed on. So
Great, thank you, Treasurer Dombrowski. Hello.
Good evening, everyone. Shall I begin, Madam Chair?
Yeah, if you want to explain to us what our vote is going to be and what's up in front of us, that would be great.
Certainly. So this was actually at the initiation of Joe Conway and Ann Waite in the Department of Public Works. It's a $1.356 million grant through the MWRA, a local water system assistance program. It's really a win-win for the town. We're able to borrow.
Point of order, Madam Chair.
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes, Councilor Park.
Am I the only one who's hearing an echo?
We don't hear it in here.
yeah,
You know-
there is an echo.
I'll live with it, then I
Okay.
apologize.
No. Okay, go ahead, Ed. Let's see if we get rid of the echo.
Sure. So it's 1.356 million that we're borrowing, 0% interest over a period of 10 years. This is fitting in within our debt obligation, and we're going to have a slight increase in fiscal 27. Then we'll have decreases beginning in 28 all the way through. The materials have been provided in the folder that is the town administrator. We just need signatures tonight from the town council to enable us to be able to have this bond and this borrowing take place. But again, it's 0% interest over a 10-year period, fitting within our debt obligation.
This sounds like a great deal. Do we need all 7 of us to sign it or just 4?
I need a majority, so we need just 4.
Okay, great. So you should be able to get that today in person. Do I have a motion?
Can I?
Oh, sorry, yes.
Hi, Ed. I had some questions. Is this, so the purpose would be mostly for capital improvements, or can you speak to that at all, or is that a Joe question?
It's a Joe question I can speak to. It's basically replacement of water mains. It's going to be about 2 miles of water main. This is part of a larger project of about 2 miles of water main replacements. This is over several different streets: Main Street, Salem to Lowell, Aborn, Court Street, a portion of that, Emerson, Gould Street, and Worth Park are the primarily focus of this project for these dollars.
It would be interesting, and again, maybe this is a Joe question, to know revenue-wise, what are the different streams of income that are coming into the water department or the DPW. So this will be a piece. I think we don't we get some money from Linfield for helping them with sewer, or so I guess I'm just trying to figure out in the pie of what is needed, how much is this piece, how much comes from other sources.
I can speak to this project is just shy of 5 million is my understanding from, again, this is from Joe Conway. And we've basically added this with other opportunity through MWRA to be able to get to the 1.356 that we're able to borrow for 0%. But there are other revenue streams. To your point, we do we have water that goes from Market Street to Linfield, and they pay to us for that as well. That was something we approved a couple of years back on the town council.
Right. Maybe at some point, as we're doing budgets, Joe can just break that out.
Yep.
For people who are curious. Okay.
Yep. Councillor Tynes?
Madam Chair. Thank you, Mr. Treasurer. Just to confirm, too, this isn't general obligation borrowing. This fits within the water sewer enterprise as well, correct?
Yep.
Right. So one of the pieces of context for this is the MWRA. I think we voted on a few of these over the years. They have different programs where they'll either do, kind of grants or zero interest borrowing or things to basically help MWR communities kind of improve the infrastructure. So the DPW is always, kind of taking advantage of those incentives when we get them to be able to minimize the cost to ultimately us as ratepayers into the water and sewer enterprise.
It actually, I would say, Mr. Vice Chair, we actually had a similar situation with the water storage tank, you'll recall, just a couple of years back. We did a similar arrangement. And in fact, for the town council's information, the sewer actually offers even a better program. This is the water side. The sewer side, you can actually borrow with a 75% forgiveness. So you could borrow $1 million or $250, ultimate paid back. So that's something that I spoke with Joe Conway about as well, that he's looking into. But again, this is all DPW related. I'm just offering it up, as Joe's not here, and this we obviously we're dealing with a bond, so that's where my office comes in.
No, but that's a good suggestion. I think as when we start the budget, I think to break it up that way too, and town administrator, it's a good trial by fire for you as well, but to kind of learn about all the projects going on.
Well, rates, we voted the water rate a few meetings ago, and they went up, and so I'm sure people are going to be asking questions about, okay, what am I paying for, and what are we getting in, and what does that look like?
Yep. Any other questions? Okay, motion.
Yes, move to adopt the vote prepared by bond council and before the town council in connection with the approval of $1,356,000, of a $1,356,000 loan through the Massachusetts Water Resources Authority Local Water System Assistance Program.
Seconded. Councillor Carney?
Yay.
Councillor Fox?
Yes.
Councillor Constance?
Yes.
Councillor Tynes?
Yes.
And myself, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you, Treasurer.
Good to see everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to item 6B.
So I expected, Madam Chair, our executive director to be out here to speak to this, but since he's not out here,
I'm here. Apologies, I was trying to trace down that.
The echo?
Seems to have
it's just a
disappeared on
sign
its
of how
own.
hard you all work.
Yeah.
Hands on.
So today is National Community Media Awareness Day, essentially, and it was started some years ago to help bring light to everything that community media stations do for their communities.
Well, we appreciate all that you all do for us and have over the years. Our meetings, other town meetings, other events throughout town, you're all always there, whatever time of day, and we really appreciate that. And so with that, we have a resolution.
Yes, Madam Chair, move to approve the WCAT Community Media Day resolution in front of the council with deep gratitude to Mr. McDermott, the entire team at WCAT for all the work that they do in supporting dissemination of information and community spirit here in Wakefield.
Second.
Great. Any further discussion? Roll call vote. Councillor Carney?
Okay.
Counselor Fox?
Yes.
Counselor Constance?
Yes.
Counselor Chines?
Yes.
And myself, yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for that. With the loss of a lot of the news reporting and things like that, we're one of the last elements for local information, and we hope to continue to do so. Thank you.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
Thank you so much.
Moving on to item 7A, Housing Trust.
Madam Chair, move to appoint the following individuals to 2-year terms on the Housing Trust Board ending October 31, 2027. Gail Sievert, Kevin York as the representative from the Planning Board, Sarah Fowler as the representative from the Wakefield Housing Authority, and Marie Ray as a representative from the Commission on Disabilities.
Seconded by Counselor Carney. Any further discussion?
Just to note, we still do have 2 open positions that I'm hoping we will continue to advertise for and get a couple folks in.
Sounds great. Counselor Carney?
Okay.
Counselor Fox?
Yes.
Counselor Constance?
Yes.
Counselor Chines?
Yes.
And myself, yes. Thank you. 7B.
Actually, Madam Chair, before that, we have 7A2.
Yes. Sorry.
Move to adjust the terms for the following members of the Wakefield Affordable Housing Trust Board to end on October 31, 2026. That would be for the terms, the seats occupied by Bill Boudry, Maureen Hickey, and Stacy Constas.
Sorry.
Seconded. Great.
Just as context, this was just from an error when we appointed the 3 of you last time, where we gave you an additional year on your terms than that we.
I'm the liaison, so yeah. And speaking, I know that we would just reference the fact that there's empty seats. It is a tremendously impressive group of people who are very devotedly working on issues of equity and housing in town. So I would urge anybody who cares about housing and cares about, making our town the place to live that we all love, I would urge you to put your hand up and join the group.
Okay. You made a motion to clarify and the terms.
Councilor Carney seconded it.
Great. Okay. Counselor Carney?
Okay.
Counselor Fox?
Yes.
Counselor Constance?
Yes.
Counselor Chines?
Yes.
And myself, yes. Now, moving on to 7B. I'm going to go to liaison Stacy Constance. Do we want to table this?
So the materials that are in our package provide for the appointment of 3 members to the Economic Development Council. 2 folks who are in the package already sit on the council, so this would be a reappointment for them. And 1 person has not yet had the opportunity to approach either Erin Kokinda, our Director of Economic Development, or Juliana Orsino, who is the chair of the commission, or Chris Barrett, I believe, also. So I spoke with Erin earlier today, and they all would like the opportunity to speak with this candidate to understand his interest, his background, how he believes he'll fit within the organization. So I would move that we table this appointment until next month, which would thereby give the people who are doing the heavy lifting for the Economic Development Council to get with this candidate and understand his role within the group.
Second.
Great. Any further discussion? So we'll move that to our meeting on November 10th, our next meeting. Motion was made and seconded. Roll call vote. Counselor Carney?
Okay.
Counselor Fox?
Yes.
Counselor Constance?
Yes.
Counselor Chines?
Yes.
And myself, yes. Thank you, Stacy. I think we're down to item 10, announcements. Counselor Chines.
Just a couple of announcements. So I'm drawing inspiration from Counselor Fox's tie for my announcements today.
Sometimes you wear a tie like this, so you got to take advantage of it when you can.
Absolutely. So Halloween is next Friday. In anticipation of that, we do have a number of events coming up in town that I just wanted to mention. One is the Senior Center's Halloween Party, which is next Wednesday, the 29th, from 1 to 3. So anyone interested in that, please be sure to sign up. That will be at the Senior Center on Converse Street. The Chamber of Commerce is hosting the Trunk or Treat and Movie Night that same day, the 29th, starting at 5:30, from 5:30 to 8 at the Commons. So a great way to get to the Common and celebrate Halloween. And then one of my favorite activities for October, the Pumpkins on the Plaza, will be at the BB next Thursday, the 30th. From 6 to 8, which is a great chance to see some really great art. And it amazes me every year how many people come by, and also just the amazing, amazing work that some of our high school artists do on those pumpkins. So just wanted to put a plug out for those, and also a reminder to, again, please be safe and take it slow next Friday. Halloween is on a Friday night, so I expect more people will be out, and just want to make sure that everyone stays safe and healthy for Halloween.
Thank you. Any other announcements? Counselor Constance?
I feel like we have to, we were talking about this before we got started here, we have to give a shout out to the Wakefield High School Marching Band. And Counselor Chines, I feel like I'm going to hand it back to you because you're a lot closer to it. But as a parent of former marching band students, I get so excited hearing about their continuing success. So I know they have additional competitions yet to come this season, but great job so far.
They do. Well, between myself and Counselor Butler as the proud parents of 3 marching band members this year, they've had an amazing season. So this weekend, Saturday was the NESBA competition that Wakefield hosted, which was, first of all, just an amazing time and something that was really brought together by a ton of volunteers from the community to help put that on. But the Wakefield Marching Band, once again, kind of captured the top honors within their division. A high score of 92+, which for those of you who don't understand marching band scoring is really, really good. They were back at it on Sunday at the MICA competition in Norwood, and again, 5 stars there as well. So a couple more top competitions coming up this weekend in Reading and Quincy, I think. And then finals will be in Lawrence on Sunday, November 2nd. So there's still 3 more chances to see the amazing Wakefield Marching Band, and it is well worth it.
Thank you. Any other announcements? I'll just talk about 2 events, actually 3 events happening this weekend. The Wave 5K is on Saturday, always a great event around the lake. And also the Firefighters Relief Association's Hustle is happening on Sunday, October 26th, also around the lake. And then I believe this Saturday is the last farmers market of this season. So if you haven't been by, it's a great farmers market. People from all over come to attend it. So you can go there for the last Saturday of the season. Dee, Tom, or Sherry, any announcements? No, nothing. Great. Okay. Item 11, matters not anticipated for the agenda. I don't see anything. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Madam Chair.
Okay.
Seconded. Great. Roll call vote. Counselor Carney.
Yay.
Counselor Fox.
Yes.
Counselor Constance.
Yes.
Counselor Chines.
Yes.
And myself, yes. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you at our next regular town meeting of November 10th. And thank you, WCAT.